Welcome to today's video, Are You a Lone Wolf? Today we're going to critically examine the lone wolf archetype. In this video, we'll explore both the joys and the complexities of being a lone wolf. We'll delve into the comments from my previous video on solitude, where many of you shared why you choose to be alone, often to escape the toxicity and emotional drain of certain social interactions. But it's crucial to understand the downsides of such social resignation. The lone wolf, while admirable for its strength and independence, also faces vulnerability and isolation. We'll discuss the human need for companionship and the balance between solitude and social interaction. So, are you a lone wolf? Do you seek solitude as a temporary escape or as a permanent way of life? Let's debunk some misconceptions about wolf packs and understand the true nature of these animals, which might reflect our own desires and behaviors. Stay tuned as we embark on this journey of self-discovery and understanding. And remember, your thoughts and experiences are valuable, so don't hesitate to share them in the comments below. Let's start this conversation and learn from each other. Now let's dive into the world of the lone wolf. For an extended period, I've embraced the identity of a loner, a solitary figure who thrives in isolation. This self-perception wasn't just a fleeting thought. It became a defining aspect of my life. I sought solitude in all facets of my existence, firmly believing in my self-sufficiency. I don't need anyone, I would often reassure myself. Why would I? I'm a lone wolf, capable of handling life on my own. In my mind's eye, I was akin to a solitary, majestic gray wolf, traversing the snow-laden landscapes of Scandinavia, far removed from any pack. This vision was one of complete autonomy, free from the constraints of societal norms and group dynamics. I yearned for a life where I could wander at will, express my thoughts freely, and act solely on my own accord and schedule. This allure of absolute freedom, particularly the notion of being unburdened by social interactions, was captivating. I gradually adopted a lifestyle that maximized my solitude. Over time, I evolved from a social butterfly, often found in the midst of a crowd, to a lone wolf, unattached to any group, steadfast in my solitary journey. Living alone, my days were spent in solitude, eating, sleeping, and working independently. This lifestyle afforded me a sense of freedom and autonomy. But upon reflection, was this solitude truly synonymous with happiness? The answer is both yes and no. The narrative of the lone wolf is multifaceted, and like many ideals, it often involves a romanticized view. In this journey of solitude, I've learned that while independence is empowering, complete isolation can lead to a skewed perception of self-reliance. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." This resonates deeply with my experience as a lone wolf. While it's crucial to find strength within oneself, it's equally important to recognize the value of connections and the support they offer. The lone wolf's path is not just about physical solitude, it's a mental and emotional journey as well. It involves understanding the balance between self-reliance and the human need for connection. In modern life, where we often find ourselves overwhelmed by social obligations, the idea of solitude can seem like a sanctuary. However, it's essential to remember that complete detachment from others can lead to a life lacking in the richness that relationships bring. My advice to those who identify with the lone wolf persona is to embrace solitude as a means of self-discovery and growth, but not to the extent of severing all ties with the world. Use this time alone to reflect, to understand your true desires and fears, and to build resilience. But also allow yourself the vulnerability to seek and maintain meaningful relationships. In the end, the balance between solitude and companionship is where true contentment lies. In conclusion, the journey of a lone wolf is not just about reveling in solitude, but about understanding the intricate dance between being alone and being part of a community. It's about finding that delicate equilibrium, where one can be self-reliant yet open to the enriching experiences that only human connections can offer. As we navigate through the complexities of modern life, let us remember that while solitude can be a powerful tool for personal growth, Our connections with others are what truly add depth and meaning to our existence. In the quest for a life less ordinary, many of us are captivated by the allure of the lone wolf, an archetype symbolizing independence and self-reliance. This concept, often glamorized, suggests that true freedom and contentment lie in solitude. The saying, "the grass is always greener on the other side," aptly captures this sentiment. We yearn for what we don't have, believing it to be superior. Yet when we attain it, we're met with a new set of challenges, just in different forms. This is particularly true for those who seek solace in solitude, away from the hustle and bustle of society. Let's delve into the life of a lone wolf through a vivid allegory. Picture a hermit, secluded in the serene mountains of China. His days are spent in harmony with nature. He forages, farms, and builds his own shelter. The simplicity of his lifestyle is a stark contrast to our complex, modern lives. He finds joy in the little things: the gentle flow of the river, the melodious songs of birds, and the peaceful nights accompanied only by the sound of crickets. His existence is a testament to the beauty of solitude, where tranquility, freedom, and autonomy reign supreme. However, this idyllic portrayal is just one side of the coin. The life of a lone wolf is not without its trials. Solitude can be a double-edged sword, offering peace, but also bringing isolation. The hermit, while free from societal pressures, also lacks the support and companionship that come with community life. His challenges are different, yet equally demanding. He must rely solely on himself for survival, facing the elements and the solitude that can weigh heavily on the human spirit. Let's consider a story. There was once a sailor who, after years at sea, decided to retire to a remote island. He sought a life of solitude, away from the chaos of the world. Initially, he reveled in the quiet, the freedom to live as he pleased. But as time passed, he began to feel the pangs of loneliness. He missed the camaraderie of his crew, the joy of sharing stories, and the comfort of human connection. This sailor's journey mirrors that of our hermit, highlighting the complexities of a solitary life. In conclusion, the lone wolf lifestyle, while enchanting, is a path filled with its own unique challenges. It teaches us the value of independence and self-sufficiency, but also reminds us of the importance of connection and community. For those drawn to this way of life, it's crucial to find a balance. Embrace solitude for the peace and self-discovery it offers, but also cherish the bonds of community. Remember, a life well lived is not just about the destination, but also about appreciating the journey, with all its twists and turns. As we navigate through life, let's take a leaf out of the Stoic philosophy: to be resilient, adaptable, and to find harmony both in solitude and in togetherness. In the tranquil embrace of solitude, we often find a unique kind of joy and peace, a state where the absence of others becomes a conscious choice, a sought-after sanctuary. This allure of solitude, this freedom to simply be, is something that resonates deeply with many of us. It's in these moments of being alone that we can truly express ourselves, unencumbered by the presence and expectations of others. Reflecting on this, Schopenhauer poignantly observed, "A man can be himself only so long as he is alone, and if he does not love solitude, he will not love freedom, for it is only when he is alone that he is really free." This profound statement captures the essence of solitude's gift, the liberty to act, think, and exist without the need to justify ourselves to anyone. In solitude, our actions are our own, free from the need to explain our whereabouts, our doings, and our return. In this solitary space, conflicts and disagreements vanish, for there's no one to contest our thoughts and words. We can speak our minds, let our voices echo into the void, unchallenged and unresponded. Here, in this private realm, we are not compelled to mold our true emotions into socially acceptable facades. The pressure to interact, to communicate when our spirit rebels against it, dissipates in the comforting silence of solitude. Moreover, solitude liberates us from the guilt of not always radiating good vibes, freeing us from the unrealistic and often burdensome expectation of perpetual positivity. We are spared from the draining energy of others' negativity, from behaviors that irk us. Imagine the profound relief in knowing that no one is there to judge, to dictate right from wrong, to react to our every word and action. In solitude, there's no need for self-censorship, no fear of offending or inconveniencing anyone. As Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This sentiment echoes beautifully in the realm of solitude. Here, in the present moment, free from the anxieties of future interactions, we find a serene happiness. Solitude allows us to reconnect with ourselves, to listen to our inner voice without the cacophony of external opinions and judgments. It's a space where we can reflect, grow, and find clarity. In solitude, we embark on a journey of self-discovery, unearthing aspects of ourselves that remain hidden in the company of others. It's a time for introspection, for understanding our desires, fears, and dreams. This journey, though solitary, is not lonely. It's a path to self-awareness and inner peace. However, it's essential to balance solitude with social interaction. As Aristotle, another great philosopher, pointed out, man is by nature a social animal. While solitude offers freedom and self-discovery, human connection brings its own joys and lessons. It's in the delicate balance of solitude and society that we find a harmonious existence. In conclusion, the embrace of solitude is not just about being alone, it's about discovering freedom, understanding oneself, and enjoying the present moment. It's a state where we are free to be our true selves, unshackled by societal expectations and judgments. In this space we learn, we grow, and we find peace. So, if you're a lone wolf, cherish these moments of solitude, for they are precious and vital to your journey through life. In the midst of our bustling, often chaotic world, there lies a hidden gem that many overlook: the profound serenity and mental rest found in solitude. This is particularly poignant in our fast-paced, noise-saturated society, where moments of quiet are as rare as they are precious. Solitude, far from being a mere escape, offers a sanctuary where the mind can wander, rest, and rejuvenate. It's in this peaceful haven that we find the space to reflect deeply on our lives. Consider the relentless pace of daily interactions, the constant barrage of information and demands. In this whirlwind, it's a challenge to find a moment for introspection, to look back on the years that have swiftly passed us by. Solitude allows us to re-experience past events, to rekindle the joy they brought, and equally important, to ponder over the more challenging episodes and extract valuable lessons from them. As Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe." This harmony is often found in the quiet moments of solitude, where we align our inner world with the outer reality. Moreover, the tranquility of solitude is a fertile ground for creativity and productivity. Many artists, writers, and thinkers have found their muse in the quiet corners of solitude. It's in these moments, free from external distractions, that the mind can explore new ideas, connect disparate thoughts, and give birth to innovation. My own experience during the pestilence, a period marked by loneliness, stands testament to this. It was in these solitary hours that I found myself at my most productive, my creativity unfettered and flourishing. The benefits of embracing solitude are manifold: the peace, the introspection, the freedom. It's a time when we can focus on anything we choose, be it personal growth, creative pursuits, or simply enjoying the rare luxury of doing nothing. In today's world, where our attention is constantly divided, the ability to be alone with our thoughts is not just a skill, but a necessity. It's a practice that can lead to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. So, solitude is not just a retreat from the world, but a gateway to a deeper engagement with it. It offers a unique perspective, a chance to slow down, reflect, and grow. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, let us not forget the power of solitude, the lessons it holds, and the tranquility it offers. Embrace it, and you might just find that in the quiet, you discover your loudest and most profound truths. embarking on a journey of solitude can be a profound experience, echoing the independence and self-sufficiency that many yearn for. Picture a lone wolf traversing the rugged landscapes of Scandinavia, a symbol of resilience and autonomy. This wolf, weather-beaten and vigilant, carries the scars of past struggles, each mark narrating a tale of survival and strength. Her choice to wander alone, rather than within the safety of a pack, speaks volumes about her journey and the choices she's made. This image of the lone wolf serves as a powerful metaphor for those who find solace and strength in solitude. It's a path that embraces the challenges of self-reliance over the comfort of companionship. But what drives someone to choose this path? The answer might lie in the words of Jean-Paul Sartre, who famously said, "Hell is other people." This statement, often misunderstood, comes from his play No Exit, where characters find themselves trapped together, realizing that their torment arises not from their surroundings, but from each other. Sartre's vision of hell is not one of fire and brimstone, but the agony of perpetual judgment and loss of self in the eyes of others. We often become mere objects in the narratives of those around us, losing touch with our true selves. This external perception can lead to a profound sense of alienation, where our actions and thoughts are more about pleasing others than expressing our authentic selves. The lone wolf's journey is a testament to the pursuit of authenticity. It's about finding one's path, undeterred by the opinions and judgments of the pack. This path, while challenging, offers a unique opportunity to discover and embrace one's true nature, unfiltered and unaltered by societal expectations. Next, consider the story of the ancient philosopher Diogenes, who lived in a barrel and rejected societal norms. He sought authenticity over comfort, challenging the status quo, and proving that true happiness comes from within, not from external validation or material possessions. In our modern world, where social conformity and the fear of judgment can be overwhelming, the story of the lone wolf and the teachings of Diogenes offer valuable lessons. They teach us the importance of self-reliance, the courage to follow our path, and the freedom that comes from detaching ourselves from the opinions of others. In conclusion, embracing the lone wolf's path is about finding strength in solitude, authenticity in self-expression, and freedom from societal constraints. It's a journey that encourages us to explore our depths, to be true to ourselves, and to find peace in our unique journey. This path may not be easy, but it is undoubtedly rewarding, offering a life of authenticity, resilience, and profound personal growth. In the spirit of Jean-Paul Sartre's profound insight into the nature of hell, let's embark on a journey to understand the allure of solitude. Sartre famously suggested that hell could be other people, and from this perspective, we begin to appreciate the liberating essence of solitude. It's a state where authenticity thrives, free from the scrutinizing eyes of others. This idea leads us to a compelling question. Why do some find solace in solitude, away from the bustling crowd? The overwhelming response to my previous discussion on solitude and loneliness unearthed a fascinating pattern. Many of you shared why you cherish solitude, and among these voices, a few stood out. One comment, resonating with many, stated, "Surrounded by toxic, hateful people, being alone is a delightful choice." This sentiment was echoed by another. "The worst thing in life is not being alone, but being with people who make you feel totally alone." And yet another shared, "Yes, I'm the same." These comments reveal a poignant truth. The joy of solitude often stems from the relief of not being surrounded by negativity. The irony is stark. We seek companionship to escape loneliness, yet sometimes, it's the company of others that leaves us feeling most isolated. These reflections, though subjective, are not unique to the digital realm of my channel, but are sentiments I've encountered in everyday life. It's a universal truth that people can be challenging, much like wolves can be. This brings us to the image of the lone wolf, a symbol of choosing freedom over the constraints of the pack. The lone wolf narrative is not just about physical solitude. It's a metaphor for mental and emotional independence. Stoic philosophy, with its timeless wisdom, offers a lens through which we can view this choice of solitude. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This encapsulates the essence of choosing solitude, finding peace in the present moment, unburdened by the complexities of social dynamics. Solitude, then, is not merely a physical state, but a mental fortress. It's where one can be free from the toxicity of judgment, manipulation, and emotional drain. In solitude, we find a sanctuary where our inner peace is not disrupted by external chaos. It's a choice that reflects a deep understanding of one's needs and boundaries. However, it's crucial to distinguish solitude from isolation. While solitude is a chosen state of being, isolation can often be a byproduct of circumstances, not always a deliberate choice. Solitude is empowering. It's a space for introspection, growth, and self-care. It's where we recharge away from the noise of the world to return stronger and more centered. In embracing solitude, we also embrace a journey of self-discovery. It's a path where we confront our innermost thoughts and feelings, away from the influence of others. This journey is not about shunning human connection, but about understanding ourselves better, so that our interactions with others are more meaningful and authentic. As we navigate through life, the choice of solitude can be a powerful tool. It allows us to step back, reflect, and gain clarity. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." This retreat into our soul is what solitude offers, a haven of tranquility and self-awareness. In conclusion, the choice to be a lone wolf is not about rejecting the world, but about embracing oneself. It's a journey towards inner peace, guided by the wisdom of our experiences and the timeless teachings of Stoicism. In solitude, we find not loneliness, but a profound connection with ourselves, and through this self-connection, we learn to navigate the world with a serene mind and a resilient spirit. In our journey to understand the allure and challenges of being a lone wolf, it's crucial to delve into the reasons behind our inclination to distance ourselves from others. This introspection is not just a fleeting thought. It's a profound realization that resonates with many, as evidenced by the shared sentiments in various comments. However, it's also important to recognize the potential pitfalls and dangers that accompany this choice of solitude. The concept of avoiding people can indeed seem appealing. It allows us to escape the less desirable aspects of human interaction, the conflicts, and the chaos that often accompany relationships. Yet, there's an underlying issue with this approach, a subtle yet significant concern that might have led you to this video. The metaphor of the lone wolf beautifully encapsulates this dilemma. A lone wolf, without the support of a pack, is limited to hunting smaller prey like rabbits and rodents. This limitation is not just a matter of choice, but a survival strategy born out of necessity. Recently, this lone wolf has adapted her strategy, scavenging on the remains of animals left by other predators or those that have died naturally. This shift highlights the challenges of solitary survival, the constant threats, adverse weather conditions, and the relentless quest for food and water. The image of the lone wolf is a powerful one, evoking a mix of admiration for its resilience and a sense of melancholy for its solitary plight. To enhance our understanding, let's draw a parallel with a story from ancient Stoicism. Consider the tale of Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, who after a shipwreck found solace and strength in the philosophy of Socrates. Zeno's journey from loss to the discovery of Stoicism mirrors the lone wolf's journey of survival and adaptation. Both stories teach us about resilience in the face of adversity and the importance of adapting to our circumstances. The story of the lone wolf, much like Zeno's transformation, serves as a powerful allegory for our own lives. It teaches us about the beauty and strength in solitude, but also warns us of the potential dangers and limitations that come with it. Finally, embrace the strength and independence that come with being a lone wolf, but be mindful of the challenges and limitations. Understand that while solitude can be empowering, it's also important to seek balance, adapt to changing circumstances, and recognize the value of connections and community in our lives. This balance is the key to not just surviving, but thriving in both the wild and in our modern world. In the realm of human experience, the lone wolf stands as a symbol of formidable strength, unyielding authenticity, and fierce independence. This archetype, often revered, paints a picture of a bold spirit that resolutely shuns the norms, embodying an ideal, a beacon of a unique way of life. Picture yourself, if you will, navigating the vast expanse of life's wilderness, charting your own distinct path, unaccompanied. Yet, this very image of the lone wolf, for some, conjures notions of vulnerability, a sense of isolation, a life seemingly devoid of the warmth of community and connection. This duality of the lone wolf mirrors the philosophical conundrum known as Schopenhauer's hedgehog dilemma, a concept we've delved into before. It's the intricate dance of seeking solitude to avoid the complexities of social interactions, which in turn brings the chill of social distance. Conversely, the warmth of closeness often comes intertwined with the thorns of intimacy. In choosing the path of the lone wolf, we embrace a solitary journey. But at what cost? Our deeply social nature, an engine that has driven the course of human evolution, often finds itself at odds with this choice. As we traverse this solitary path, let's reflect on the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, who once said, "All men, brother Gallio, wish to live happily, but are dull at perceiving exactly what it is that makes life happy." This profound statement resonates deeply with the lone wolf's journey. In our pursuit of happiness through solitude, are we perhaps overlooking what truly enriches our lives? The lone wolf's journey is not just about physical solitude. It's a mental and emotional odyssey. It's about finding strength in solitude, learning to rely on oneself, and discovering one's true nature, away from the crowd's influence. Yet this journey is also about understanding the value of connections, the importance of community, and the warmth of belonging. It's about balancing the need for self-reliance with the human need for companionship and support. In this light, the lone wolf's path becomes a metaphor for life's journey. It's about navigating the delicate balance between independence and interdependence, solitude and society, self-discovery, and communal existence. As Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, wisely stated, "People exist for one another. You can instruct or endure them." This perspective invites us to ponder, in our quest for independence and authenticity, how do we maintain our connections with others? How do we ensure that our pursuit of solitude doesn't lead us into the abyss of isolation? The story of the lone wolf is not just a tale of solitude. It's a narrative of resilience, a testament to the human spirit's ability to adapt and thrive in varying circumstances. It's about understanding that while the journey may be solitary, the experiences and lessons learned along the way are universal. It's about recognizing that even in solitude, we are part of a larger tapestry of human experience. As you, the listener, reflect on your own journey, whether you identify with the lone wolf or find yourself navigating the complexities of social connections, remember that the essence of life lies in the balance. The lone wolf's path teaches us about the strength in solitude and the power of community. It's a reminder that in our quest for personal authenticity and independence, we must not lose sight of the inherent value of human connection and the richness it brings to our lives. In conclusion, the lone wolf's journey is a powerful allegory for our own life's journey. It challenges us to explore the depths of our individuality, while reminding us of our innate need for connection and community. As you walk your path, whether in the company of others or in the solitude of your own company, remember the words of Seneca. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Let this be a guiding light as you navigate the ebbs and flows of life, embracing the strength of the lone wolf while cherishing the warmth of human connection. In the tapestry of human existence, our shared stories, memories, and the fundamental need for connection weave us into the societal fabric. The strength in unity is undeniable. Historically, tribes and communities have been pivotal in our survival, underlining our interdependence. Practically, we rely on others for essentials like electricity, gas, border security, and environmental safety. Imagine a world devoid of these societal pillars. Survival would be a daunting challenge. Yet beyond these practicalities, there's the realm of human connection. Friendships, romantic ties, family bonds. Consider the simple joys of a hug, shared laughter, communal meals, and shared experiences. Or the comfort of waking up beside someone you cherish. Centuries of human behavior suggest an innate pull towards these interactions. Modern society, with its technological advancements, allows for survival with minimal social contact, a previously unimaginable feat. However, there's a pervasive desire for some level of human connection. For self-identified loners like myself, there's a paradoxical yearning for the very thing we seek to avoid. This longing, often irrational, persists despite our logical attempts to dismiss the need for social ties. It's a sense of something missing, a void that peaceful solitude doesn't fill. This brings to mind Schopenhauer's hedgehog dilemma, illustrating the discomfort in solitude. For many, this loneliness transcends mere thought. It's a source of emotional distress and a potential catalyst for mental health issues. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality." This resonates deeply with the lone wolf's journey, highlighting the internal battle between the desire for solitude and the innate need for connection. In our modern era, this dichotomy becomes even more pronounced. The advice for those walking this path is to find balance. Embrace solitude as a time for self-reflection and growth, but also recognize the value and necessity of human connection. In doing so, we align with the Stoic principle of living in harmony with our nature, which includes our social instincts. In the realm of solitude, being alone is often misconstrued as loneliness, yet this isn't always the case. There are those who find solace and contentment in their own company, far removed from the bustling crowds. However, for many, solitude can stir a sense of isolation, a feeling that, despite our best efforts to suppress, eventually surfaces, urging us to seek connection. This inner call, much like the distant howl of a lone wolf, might be nature's way of reminding us of our inherent social nature. Or perhaps it's the wolf's own hidden yearning for the companionship of its pack. If you identify as a lone wolf, traversing life's journey solo, independent of a pack, it's important to delve into the myths and realities surrounding wolf behavior. A prevalent myth is the existence of an alpha wolf, leading the pack as a result of dominance battles. This notion, once popularized by scientists, has since been revised. Current research reveals that what we perceived as alpha wolves are, in fact, parental figures guiding their family. To quote an expert, "In contrast, wild wolf packs are usually made up of a breeding male, a breeding female, and their offspring from the past 2 or 3 years that have not yet set out on their own. Perhaps 6 to 10 individuals." This insight shifts our understanding from a hierarchy of power to one of familial bonds. This revelation about wolf packs can be a metaphor for human social structures. Often we view leadership and social status as a result of conflict and competition, akin to the outdated alpha wolf concept. However, just like in wolf packs, human connections are more deeply rooted in familial and communal bonds. The lone wolf, therefore, isn't a creature of complete solitude, but one that eventually seeks connection, be it with its original pack or a new one formed along its journey. In our lives, we might find ourselves walking a solitary path either by choice or circumstance. It's crucial to recognize that this solitude, much like that of the lone wolf, doesn't equate to a life devoid of meaningful relationships. It's about understanding the value of our individual journey and the eventual return to or creation of our own pack. This could mean reconnecting with family, forging new friendships, or finding a community where we feel a sense of belonging. The story of the lone wolf teaches us a valuable lesson about the balance between independence and interdependence. As humans, we are inherently social beings, and our connections with others play a vital role in our well-being. Embracing our solitary journey can lead to profound self-discovery and growth, but it's equally important to recognize the strength and support we gain from our relationships with others. In conclusion, if you find yourself resonating with the lone wolf's path, remember that your journey of solitude is not a permanent state, but a phase of growth and self-exploration. The lesson here is to embrace your individual journey while remaining open to the bonds of family, friendship, and community. These connections enrich our lives, providing support, love, and a sense of belonging. As you navigate through life, cherish your independence, but also recognize the value of coming together with others, forming your unique pack in this vast tapestry of human experience. A wolf, having left its pack, ventures into the wilderness alone. But contrary to popular belief, this wolf isn't seeking a life of solitude because it dislikes its pack. Instead, as one insightful quote puts it, "A lone wolf isn't one who wants to be alone because they don't like being around others. They're a wolf who elects to be alone temporarily as they try to find a mate and find a place to have a family." This journey of the wolf is not a permanent escape from companionship, but a temporary phase, a strategic move to ensure the survival and diversity of its species. These wolves, known as dispersers, play a crucial role in bringing new genes into different family groups, enhancing the vitality of the wolf population. This common misinterpretation of the lone wolf mirrors a human tendency to project our own feelings and desires onto the animal kingdom. The idea of a wolf choosing a solitary life, devoid of any pack or companionship, is more a reflection of human longing than an accurate depiction of wolf behavior. In reality, the lone wolf's journey is a bridge to new connections, not an end to them. It's a strategic and temporary path towards forming or joining a new pack. Reflecting on this, we can draw parallels to our own lives. Humans, much like wolves, may sometimes feel the urge to step away from their familiar surroundings. This desire for solitude doesn't necessarily stem from a dislike of others, but can be a period of self-discovery, growth, and preparation for future endeavors. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. This resonates with the journey of the dispersing wolf, who embraces the present moment in solitude, not as a permanent state, but as a step towards a more fulfilling future. The story of the lone wolf teaches us an important lesson about the nature of solitude and connection. Just as the wolf eventually seeks out a new pack, we too are reminded that our moments of solitude serve a purpose. They are not an end in themselves, but a means to grow, to reflect, and eventually to reconnect with the world around us in a more meaningful way. This temporary withdrawal from the pack is akin to the Stoic practice of reflection and self-examination, a time to realign with one's values and goals. In conclusion, the myth of the lone wolf, when unraveled, reveals a profound truth about the nature of life, both in the animal kingdom and in our human experiences. It's a reminder that solitude can be a powerful tool for growth and transformation, but it's the eventual reconnection with others that completes the journey. As you navigate through your own paths, remember that, like the dispersing wolf, every phase of solitude is a step towards a new beginning, a new connection, a new chapter in the story of your life. Let this understanding guide you as you walk your path, whether you're in the company of others or treading a solitary trail for a while. As we conclude today's exploration on the theme of "Are You a Lone Wolf?", remember that the path of solitude is not just about isolation, but also about self-discovery and growth. It's a journey that can lead to profound insights and a deeper understanding of both yourself and the world around you. We would love to hear your thoughts and experiences on this topic. Do you see solitude as a permanent state or a transformative phase in your life? Share your perspectives in the comments below. If you found value in our discussion today, please consider showing your support. Hit the like button, share this video with others who might benefit from it, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life to join our community of thoughtful individuals seeking wisdom in the modern world. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss our upcoming videos, where we continue to delve into the rich and practical teachings of Stoicism. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Until next time, embrace the ebb and flow of life with a serene mind and a resilient spirit.